What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. It's Wednesday, man. It's Wednesday. I'm gonna do this one. This one was requested. This is John Bravo. Shout out to John Bravo. John Bravo channel. Check him out, man. Tell him Dub sent you. And he's doing a video on Wes Watson. I think he's done a couple now. So if you want me to do the other one, you guys are gonna have to let me know. You guys know I'm burnt out on the Wes Watson thing. I don't really find it's not funny. You know, before it was funny, man, making fun of the outlandish shit he would say and do. But now it's pretty much like we are really watching someone destroy themselves in front of us. Like 5 years from now, the story about Wes Watson is going to be different than it is right now. And we're watching the beginning of it. And I'm not a person, as much as I clown, it's just like when I was doing the Royce reviews. I was doing the Royce reactions, and then I heard him say it made him depressed. I stopped doing them. I'm not that guy. You know, I like to laugh and clown and stuff like that. And if I feel people can handle it, then I'll do it. But when they can't handle it, or when it's gotten to the point where, like I said, we are watching Wes, I think, lose his mind. I believe he lost touch with reality a while back. But anyways, let's get to this. This one is called Wes Watson Threatens My Life Over My Jeff Nippard Video. Let's get it.
Here's my address. This is the gym I'm at on Saturdays. Show up and do what you're claiming you want to do.
And so I had a confrontation with Wes Watson. He disrespected my client in the middle of the gym and disrespected me. So we had words, and as a man, I challenged him to go outside.
Okay, so this guy is saying that this is his side of the story, and we'll see what's on the video. But he's saying that he challenged Wes Watson, the guy that says nobody pulls up to him in the gym. Nobody has any kind of energy towards him other than the hi, how you doing? Okay, so this guy's saying that he challenged Wes. Let's see. Wes, you're rare and rectal, homie. Put some more plates on that thing. Just saying.
Settle it, and he refused.
When I was telling you who Wes Watson was, well, let me remind you. He's a criminal. He goes to prison. He comes out. He lies about how long he was there because he thinks it's going to make him look cooler, right? But then he starts selling these bullshit programs to thousands of people that don't do shit.
Wes, so he's saying he's selling a program to thousands of people that don't do shit. But Wes, on iron, big dog. Iron that. Did it cost anything? If it cost any kind of money, you really should be wanting to take good care of it. Why does he have that dude's sunglasses on? Wes, what is it? I remember when I lost my mind. That guy, what's his name? CeeLo. He got the CeeLo green glasses on.
And those programs make him a millionaire. And now if you see him, he's living in a beautiful mansion.
Congratulations.
He's driving around in Bentleys and Bugattis. He's got these beautiful, beautiful girlfriends. He's got everything, right? But the thing is, it's all rented. The houses, the cars, even the sharmutas.
I don't know what that word means, but apparently it means women. Sharmutas. I hope that's not a fucked up word, because I don't know. I hope that's not a bad word. I can't be cussing, man.
Well, he's not happy with the video I made about him and Jeff Nippard. So much that he had to go to his Instagram and limit his posts so people can't comment what they really feel about his bullshit.
He's been doing
that.
Well,
me and him have been going back and forth in the comments a little bit. And then he sends me a DM and tells me, here's my address. This is the gym I'm at on Saturdays. Show up and do what you're claiming you want to do. So
I saw in the video when he did that, I guess he was directing it at this guy, right? It's a bad idea, Wes. I don't care if you have security. If you have security, you're putting them in harm's way, man. There are people out there that are not all there. And there are people that I've seen that have made TikToks about you and they say that you burnt them. And you know, if they have no way of getting to you and then you're telling them where you're going to be and when you're going to be there, that's dumb, Holmes. That's not having balls, man. That's being stupid.
Thinking in my head, you know, maybe this can give me some content. I go there, I take a flight, I film the whole thing going to Florida, I confront him, right? So I go to respond to him, and you know what he does, this piece of shit? He blocks me like a pussy. Who sends somebody and challenges them and then blocks them after? So I posted what he sent me on my story, and somebody responds. They say, listen, John, I'm a trainer at that gym where he's working out on Saturdays, right? And I had a problem with him one time, and I even filmed it. This is what happened.
Stretch your elbows. Stretch your lats out, Wes. Come on. Come on. We know you're tough. Let's go.
So he's telling him how to work out. Remember, according to Wes, when he was in prison, a guy told him that he was doing dips wrong, and then Wes punched him, and it ripped him from the corner of his mouth all the way to his butthole. So here you are again, Wes. Someone telling you that your form is incorrect. Now let's see if you're going to do the butthole ripper on him.
What's that?
Legs you got.
You want to see him?
Yeah, those are huge.
Let me see your legs.
Those are dope.
Yours first, bro.
Check them out.
What do you mean? You want to flex with me?
How much you weigh?
How much do I weigh? I weigh 205 pounds.
Only 200, yeah.
205 pounds.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
240.
240? How old are you?
How old are you?
How old are you? I haven't been first.
So this is the weirdest fight ever, eh? You want to flex off? What did he say? You want to flex off? And he said, how old are you? I mean, how tall are you? Or, no, how much do you weigh? I weigh 205. I weigh 240. Did he, was that a knockout punch? What in the, is this gym fights? That's how they fight? So that's what he means when you pull up at the gym. You have to weigh more than 240 and your legs have to be bigger than his. This is odd.
39.
39? I'm 29, motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, you should
You're a
listen.
tough guy. I do. I mean, I thought you were a nice guy before I met you just now. This is a very bad impression.
You guys took it wrong. That's how I thought. Have you seen my f***ing content?
Of course I
Have you
do.
seen this is how I always
Yes,
talk.
I know.
And it's what works.
Right.
This is how I always talk, and this is what works.
It works for you, bro. But listen,
It works. It works.
it works. Yeah, get the fuck out.
And then after that, he said, he challenged him. He said, let's go outside and settle this like men, right? And you know what, Wes?
What'd
The
he do?
little bitch pussy. Do you know what he did?
Yeah, he put on his boots. He probably had state boots in his bag. He put on his state boots and he pulled 15 knives out of his butthole. Even though he only has 2 hands. I don't know. Put some between his toes and between his fingers. And he had them all like that. And he was like that. Like, is that what he did? Let's see.
He went to the owner of the gym and tattletailed and said he was being called names. I'm not even kidding you.
And so I had a confrontation with Wes Watson. He disrespected my client in the middle of the gym and disrespected me. So we had words, and as a man, I challenged him to go outside and settle it, and he refused. Other words were exchanged, some derogatory comments. Make a long story short, because of the derogatory comments that were mentioned, I was then called into management from the business.
Hold on, Holmes. Wait, what? What's going on with Wes's lower body? There's no weights in that gym for that part of the body? Oh no, Holmes. This dude, he better never get in a street fight. You fight a motherfucker like me and you're that size, I'm gonna pick a leg and I'm gonna kick the dog shit out of one. I'm gonna break both of those legs by kicking you in one leg. How about that? Now, what I will say is, if it was a regular millionaire, even a regular cat, and somebody calls you out to fight, you don't have to take that fight. If you're a millionaire, you know if you take that fight, you're probably going to get sued. The problem with Wes is The tough guy persona that he puts on. The he will break anybody's face open, and if you come and step at him, he's at this gym. Why, this guy's at your gym, Wes. And he called your bluff. And you went and told the owners? What did you tell him? Can we get the truth? Can you tell us what you told him? Can we get the owner? Can we get the owner in here? Because this guy's not good for your gym. You know, what's good for your gym is what John Bravo's doing. You're probably going to get more people to go over there.
That were mentioned. I was then called into management from the business that I run my business out of. I'm not formally employed by this gym. I just run my business out of it. But I got called in, spoken to, and because I used derogatory comments, and AKA Wes Watson is a snitch, and went to the management and cried about it because he's got all these followers and thinks he's big, high, mighty, and powerful.
I'm going to keep it real. And good for this dude, man. The guy talking good for you. You know, you got your camera and stuff. I wouldn't have let Wes walk up on me like that. He has told stories of sucker punching people, you know, and when somebody walks up, he was probably sizing you up, and the closer he got, the more he was like, you know what, this dude ain't backing down. You didn't take a step back. I noticed that. I'm watching where the camera's at. I'm watching where you're standing. And the fact that had you took one step back, the bully would have moved. So, good for you, man.
Powerful. That then after that, I was told that I was no longer allowed to be at my place of business where I've been paying $1,000 a month rent for the past 5 years. Once the owner and I had a heart-to-heart conversation, he noticed my side of the story, and we were able to come to terms. And I'm still allowed to be at that gym, but I'm not allowed to engage with Wes Watson because he's a bitch.
So this asshole wants me to take a flight, go down there, so he can tell on me like a little bitch. So now it got me thinking. And I was remember that confrontation yelling match he had on stage with Andrew Wilson, and they were going back.
Absolutely. I did a video on that. And it was a pretty big video, and I think that was the beginning of the end. Prior to that, he was still doing okay on YouTube. When that incident happened, because a lot of channels did reactions to it, he got a boost. And then the bubble burst, and he's been struggling. He's averaging about 7.5 thousand views per video now, maybe 8,000. And, you know, for a lot of people, that's nothing to sneeze at. 7,000-8,000 views per video, and if you put something out every day, you can make a living. But someone who has 500,000 subscribers allegedly and talks about he is that motherfucker, that should be embarrassing.
Back and forth and saying things.
Are you proud of who the
Bro,
you are?
why
Well,
don't
look
you
at,
even
are
let
you
me
proud?
get-
If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the he is? You guys.
Look at your pants, big dog. Look at. Just take it in. Are you proud of that outfit you wore? Are you proud that you and your lady have interchangeable clothing?
Got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits. you
No,
guys.
they go to prison where they get.
Fuck yeah,
where
they
get
do.
ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
you're
what
talking about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison where they get.
You get your ass beat in front of
You think that that's
everybody.
better?
They ain't
You
beating
think that that's
nobody's ass.
better?
Well, in the end, Andrew Wilson said a lot of nasty things to Wes. And what did he do? Eventually, he just went back, sat on his chair like a little bitch. It showed me he had a big mouth, but he didn't really do anything. And something else, it was funny. He said to Andrew Wilson, he goes, "This is not what real men look like."
This is not what men look like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners?
Yeah,
They look like?
This is the problem in society. Is people like this think they can talk to someone like me like that.
He just did. He thought he could, and then he actually did it. Wes is saying things that he heard other people say, and they meant it. Like the person that they were talking about didn't get away with it. Wes, you sat your ass back down in your old lady's pants and you accepted it. So yeah, he thought he could, and then he did do that.
They really think they can.
He did.
He knows he wouldn't do shit about it, and that's the problem.
Men usually have hair. We can agree on that, too.
He has
physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
And then I'm thinking, and I'm remembering, I just saw him on Instagram with the Louis Vuitton woman's purse strapped against his chest, running around town like a fucking asshole. And he's telling Andrew Wilson, this is not what a real man looks like. I guess Wes has to teach us what real men look like. So now, you threaten me, and then what do you do when I go to respond? You block me like a bitch. Andrew Wilson says a lot of things, and what do? You sit down and you do nothing. The trainer in the gym comes and challenges you. He's 200 pounds, he's smaller than you. He says, let's go outside. What do? You tattletale on him to the owner saying he's calling you names. You do all of this,
Bad look.
and you say Jeff Nippard is the cop caller.
You were standing there confronting him like you wanted some business, and you didn't. You should have left the gym and known you were too big of a bitch, and you were going to call the cops. You should have left.
Wow.
Because you know you're a cop calling, bitch, and that guy's going to mangle you.
Who was gonna mangle who? You? I think if Wes, now that I saw his lower body in the gym, I think if he planted and really tried to throw a real punch, he would break his ankle. I'm almost positive of it.
This is what's wrong with society. Passive-aggressive pussies who push the buttons of beast motherfuckers and then go run into the police.
What filter is Wes using there? You see that? Oh no, that's a bad look, big dog. But what filter is that? Gunner calls it bold glamour. I'm gonna say that's bolder glamour. Bolder glamour. That thing is different.
Who push the buttons of beast motherfuckers and then go run into the police.
Listen, I learned in life a long time ago in high school. The people that have the biggest mouths are the biggest pussies. They do it because they want to try to intimidate you with their mouth because they're really not going to do shit in the end. And when you stand up to them, they're not going to do shit like what we're seeing with Wes Watson. So what does all of this tell us about Wes Watson, everything that we have seen, right? He rented his life, his cars, his mansion, even the sharmutas. He pretends that they're his girlfriends, and what does he do? He rents them on the escort site, right? He even has to lie about his tough prison life when we found out it's not a tough prison life.
I got to skip that only because I hear music.
Bought his...
Oh, no. We can't play no music.
Video.
Oh, no. See. Oh, there it is there. That's the end of the video. I don't know that he rented the woman. I don't want to put that on that woman. I reacted to John Bravo's video. People asked me to check it out. People wanted me to do the Jeff Nippard one. I don't know where that's at. So somebody should have sent that to me in Discord, and I would have done it. But I will say this. This is a horrible look for someone who is just having horrible look after horrible look, man. Wes, you really could have had the same... I don't even know the word, man. But you could have had the same success had you kept it real. Had you kept it real and been more heartfelt, I think you would actually have made more money. You created a persona that is a douchebag, and nobody likes a douchebag. So enjoy it while you got it. I don't understand these people that still book you to go on their podcast and don't call you on your bullshit, but I think at some point someone is gonna call you on it, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna argue, and your little weak ankles will break, big dog. Don't try to get in a fight. I think if you made a fist with your feet, both ankles will blow out, and your Achilles. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. That's my video for the day, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.